So I just wanted to give you some insight for those curious. When coming up with these designs, this is kind of how I start. I just start sketching stuff out um, on how I think this is going to be, elements that I might need when creating this. And I knew I wanted two straps, and I figured this strap that went around the side, uh, I needed to keep it in place somehow, and I wasn't sure, do I go under, do I go over? How's that going to fit in with the other buckles, right? And so then you just kind of keep making different ideas, whether to put little Sam Brown buttons or to use D rings instead of the little like the rectangle with two holes. Some way to put keepers on the inside of the loop for the long versus two pieces and then the long strap going between them like I did. But so this is the drawing, the ideas. Let me show you the first iteration. Hold on. Okay, so this is the what it came out looking like after I designed it on the notebook, and I quickly realized that there were elements that I needed to take into consideration, and so I redesigned it in Illustrator and printed it out, and this is what we get. Okay, so go ahead and print out the test page. The page is going to kind of show you how everything's supposed to lay out, and then once you cut out all the pieces, this is what you're going to get. I'm going to go ahead and tape these down to pieces of leather so that I can start punching the holes and then cutting them out. Okay, and I'll take it from there. Okay, so I got the pieces cut out and taped to my leather. And remember, this one you need to cut out twice. And so there are two pieces. Some need to cut the holes, but they're 20 inches long. So there's two 20 inches. There's two of these, the 7 3/4. And then there's this one here, the long one, that's 30 inches long. Depending on the book size that you want to wrap or the item that you're trying to wrap around this, you might not need the full 30 inches. So when I put this together, I'm gonna do the buckle and the rivets, and then once I wrap it around the book, I will measure it and then decide how many holes to put. And that's the same thing for these. These are gonna connect this section to right here, and this is where the buckles are gonna sew to, and then they're gonna attach here to this end, and we'll see how long we need to make this to wrap around the book. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Punch the ends off, make sure there's half rounds. Punch the holes for the threading and for the rivets, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here they are cut out and the holes punched. One thing you might notice is that these straps, instead of using thread to sew them, I'm going to actually end up, I decided, and this will be, I'll reflect this on the pattern that's for sale, but I'm going to put some snaps here so that it'll be easier for you to use something like this to attach and detach if you want to on a belt. You just make it easier. If it's threaded, then you're set to that one size, and you can't change it. That's about it. But this way, with the snaps, you can change that in and out, snap it on, snap it off. It'll be easier to put the book and the straps together and on your book or whatever you want to use it on. So here they are. Again, I haven't put any holes, any buckle holes yet. I'm going to wait till I have something to measure it on. But I do have the holes for the buckle, the holes to attach these to here, and these that are going to end up kind of like that, and there'll be a buckle here. So it'll come in, buckle, and thread through here just to keep it, right? Okay, I need to bevel the edges, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and burnish the edges as well, just to give it a nice clean look. I might dye these, just because this veg tan is kind of blah, but I might do a brown or a dark brown, depending on how this ends up. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, real quick, I beveled the edges. I'll burnish them here in a little bit, but I wanted to show you the buckle here. This is a 3/4 inch, so this space between here and here is 3/4 inch. So I got a 3/4 inch buckle. Depending on the buckle type you get, this one has, this has that rocker bar there in the middle. But this one, you kind of have to work at it to get it in. So, I had to fold the leather quite a bit just to fit it through. But yeah, if you work at it and fold it through each of those ends, then this is how they end up. And so you'll end up stitching all the way around, except for here, because this strap could come through and come under this hole and then under here. So the stitches on the top, I think in the pattern I removed them just because they're not necessary. So if you see me stitching here, it's just purely decorative, because the strap is going to come underneath. So you come through this hole, under here, through this hole, and underneath and out. So these stitches along the top is like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. Aren't necessary. You don't need them there. But for decoration, if you want to put them there, you can. And then got the buckle on this one ready to go. And so I'll stitch these up and show you what's next. Okay, so I got these put together. I got the 2 pieces stitched around. I got them stitched and rivets to this long piece here. And I punched the holes for the buckle. You kind of see how those just wrap around. And I ended up, like I said before, and on the template, these are 20 inches long, so you can adjust them. I ended up cutting off about 4 inches so that it would fit on with these 3 books. And just for reference, these are 8.5 long, about 5 inches wide, and there's 3 of them, so it's about, 3.5 inches tall. Just so you can get an idea of how this wraps around. And then I have the longer one that was 30 inches. I didn't cut that one. I just wrapped it around, put the buckle on, and then just wrapped it underneath one of the other straps here. So what I'm going to do next is I need to put some D-rings for the belt attachment that's gonna go up here, and then I'll show how that looks. Okay, stand by. Okay, so with those other straps, I didn't end up putting buttons. I just am using the regular rivets and put lobster clasps here and a regular I'm not sure what kind of these are called, but I put it on ends so they attach to the D-rings that are part of this whole series. And all I did was, to get these holes, I just pulled the strap around, saw where it met up with the bar, and made a mark with a scratching awl. And then I took it off and I marked that one, 2 below and 2 above, so that if I end up using this with a smaller book, or I need to add another book to this, it'll adapt, right? And same thing with this. I left those holes. I could trim it up. It is kind of a little bit long, but if I needed to put a wider book, I would need these extra holes, right? So that was it. Let me take some more video of it outside where you can kind of see this better. But hope you appreciate it and like the pattern. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right, thanks. So this is just to show you how it might look if you didn't want to put the top clasps. You just wanted to keep the belt loops there at the top. It fits well with the belt, and it hang down pretty nice. Nice length. But yeah, just wanted to show you how that might look as well. All right, there you go. Thanks. Okay, so if you got to the end of this and you're wondering what are these pieces, these are for additional support if you need it in the backside, like if you're going to put a yoga mat or some type of bedroll or blanket. You can see so do that one here. So I have the larger piece here on the back, and it just provides a little bit more support and structure if you're gonna hang it from a backpack, or put a longer strap like a crossbody strap and hang it from the side. But that's what these are for. Just kind of helps keep it in place. If you have some of these larger pieces, or if you have just like a single, smaller, if you're only going to use one, like a smaller piece, you're only going to use one strap, you'd use this one right here on the back side. So there's a couple of options you have. You can keep around depending on what you're going to use this for. So it just gives a little bit more versatility and a little bit more options when you're making this pattern. I hope you appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.